All right, welcome back to the fourth and last First Step session. And in this session, what we're going to be talking about is leading environments. See, we already talked about this, but ultimately, the mission of the church revolves around bringing Christ glory by going and making disciples, right? And that's all about relationships. And ultimately, the church is founded on relationships. It's about the people. But a lot of times, what we do in the church is we create environments to help discipleship succeed, to help discipleship thrive. So each of these environments that we're going to be talking about in this session, they exist for the purpose of discipleship. But a lot of times they're tailored to meet a specific need or have a sub-purpose that really helps to define that particular environment. Now, we're going to be talking about this. It's on page 17, 18, and 19 of your servant leadership training booklet. So go ahead, turn there with me and follow along. What you're going to find is a big picture, and I'm going to spend most of the time just talking right about on this page. In this illustration, you see 6 different discipleship environments, and if you notice, right at the top, it says that they're categorized by either primary versus secondary discipleship environment. Now, primary environment, I want to make this clear. If you boiled down the church to its bare essentials, these are the things that we believe that everybody needs to be doing. Okay, these 3 things, they need to be in a large group experience, they need to be connected to a discipleship group, and they need to be connected to a ministry team where they're serving. These are the 3 most important discipleship environments we have. But we have a lot of auxiliary discipleship environments that also help people grow, that also challenge people, that help people through specific stages of their life. And these are the ones that are in the secondary discipleship environments. So let's talk about these 6 environments. And what I want you to be doing is, as we're talking about this, I want you to be listening and think about times that you've been connected to these different discipleship environments, and also be thinking about where it is that you feel drawn as a leader to step up and lead. Which of these environments really calls out to you? So the first one is a large group experience. Now, our large group experience, it reinforces discipleship culture and allows us to worship together. Sunday morning is our large group experience. This is one of those times that we get together and we're just all getting on the same page and getting energized to go out and do God's work in this world. We do communion together during that time. We worship together. We get into scripture together. In terms of its actual impact, it's really kind of like the shotgun of the church. We're just shooting and hoping we hit something, but it all puts us on the same page. So that's our large group environment. Discipleship groups are groups of 3 to 12 people that are getting together. They have a focus on relational discipleship, and they have a mission of multiplication. Okay, now what all that means is a small group of people who are getting together for the purpose of growing, and their environment, their group, it wants to help other people grow. Now, I think this is essential. This year I just multiplied my group, and as soon as we multiplied, I thought I was going to walk out the door with like 3 guys, and the first session that we had together, there were 9 guys sitting around the table. It's crazy. Now, the reason for that is I believe that multiplication is movement, and people are drawn to movement. And ultimately, we're creating seats where people are welcome, where people can get connected. One of the things that I hate to see the most is a group that grows to the size where they start turning people away. Now, at that point, in a discipleship group, a new leader, an apprentice should be getting developed, and as a result, that group's going to multiply, and it's going to create more opportunities for more people to get connected to God's kingdom. So that's what discipleship groups are all about. Ministry teams. These are teams of individuals with a common focus on building God's kingdom through serving others. And we have a variety of different ministry teams here led by ministry leaders. You have family ministry teams, you have the discipleship ministry team, you have service ministry teams, the cafe, the Wednesday night meals. These are all ministry teams that are all geared around service. And we believe that ultimately every Christ follower needs to get connected to service, because service helps us to more and more become like Christ, because it puts us in a place where we're choosing humility and love over our selfishness. So ministry teams are the third environment. Now let's talk about some of these secondary discipleship environments. Now, when I say secondary, it doesn't mean they're any less important. It just means that they are not our first priority when it comes to discipleship. Now, these three environments, they do some critical things. That's why we include them on this list. First of all, our care groups. Care groups are environments that they focus on pastoral discipleship. They meet a particular need at a particular time in a person's life and equip that individual to approach that need in a Christ-centered way. So we have a variety of different care groups, like there's divorce care and there's grief share, and these are all hitting people at a particular stage of their life, and they're recognizing a particular need that that person has, and they're helping that person develop the skills that they need to approach that issue in a Christ-like way. Now, if someone stayed in a care group indefinitely without becoming a leader, we'd probably say that there was something wrong. So a lot of times care groups, they only meet a discipleship need at a specific time in a person's life. The next environment is a study or a class. We offer some studies and classes, and the difference between a study or class and discipleship group is discipleship groups ultimately focus on the relationship, whereas studies and classes, they're focusing on what you are learning. Now, will relationships happen as a result? Sure, we design these things so that people can get connected to relationships, but ultimately it's more of a learning environment than a discipleship group is. Classes can be any size. We have a variety of classes on Sunday morning. We have our Wednesday night studies that we do, and some studies throughout the week that are designed to help people grow in their knowledge of the Bible and about what it means to live a Christ-like life. And then finally, the final discipleship environment we're going to talk about are events. We have one-time events, sometimes annual events, sometimes things that happen multiple times a year. And these events, they operate under two different purposes. Some of them are what we call connection events. They're designed to help people get connected to the relationships that they need to begin getting discipled. Some of these events are growth events. That means that they're actually designed to help people grow to be more like Christ when they participate in them. So we offer connection events, growth events. One example of this is we just had a block party for or not a block party, we had our Easter feaster. I can't remember the actual name, but we had a large event here at the church where we reached out in the community, we got people involved, we invited them to come and celebrate with us, and as a result, people were able to get connected to the connected to the relationships that they needed, and it got them connected to the church community as a result. We also did this with our Halloweeny roast. And so we have these events throughout the year that are designed specifically to help people get connected. But we also have things like seminars. And some of our seminars, we've had discipleship seminars in the past, they're specifically there to help people grow. So events are one-time events, one-time big deals, a variety of different sizes that either help people get connected or help people grow. So here is what you need to do next. Identify which of those environments that you think that you would want to lead in or you're being asked to lead in. You're going to do that right below here. And then after that, your next step is to actually sign up for our servant leadership training class. It happens quarterly on a Sunday. It's a 3-hour class. Make sure that you get signed up for the next one. Make sure you come in with your servant leadership booklet that you have completed these activities in, because we're going to be talking about those right at the beginning. I hope to see you there, and I can't wait to see what God's going to do in your life.